Welcome to Kay Elizabeth Toasts, a podcast celebrating people who increase our quality of life. I'm your host, Kay Elizabeth. Each episode is a heartfelt interview of a remarkable person making lives better. In this episode, we talk with Jackie, who is building positive interactions and relationships. Give a listen if you are in need of a dopamine hit, or if you like toast, because this toast's for you. Have you ever heard of the social determinants of health?
No.
Cool. So it turns out there's 5 social determinants of health. One is access to education. One is access to healthcare. One is community. One is social. And one is financial stability. So if people have access to all of those 5 things, then they're going to be healthier, essentially. And none of those things have to do with your genetic makeup or your lifestyle choices, which is pretty crazy to me anyway.
Really, not even my lifestyle choices.
Right, exactly. But this is all systemic, right?
Okay.
What I think is really fascinating is that we can impact other people's social determinants of health individually. And that's what I wanted you to talk about a little bit. I think that the things that you do for your clients and the things that you do in the world have a big impact. So, for example, you go to, when your clients kind of age out of the salon, you go cut their hair elsewhere.
Right.
That, I think, impacts people's wellness in a really important way. So tell me about what you do. Like, how do you know to go cut people's hair elsewhere?
How do I know? Because
Yeah.
they call and say I'm ready. Because when they had come to me for all of those 40-some years, 30-some, 40-some years,
Yep.
it's a friendship, a bond. And they say, I'm not going to be able to come anymore. And then I, in turn, say, don't worry about that because I will come to you. Right.
That's amazing. So where have you gone?
Well, I've gone to homes.
Yep.
I've gone to Greencroft Retirement Center. I go to the Laurels on the other side. I go to Waterford, or I go to what's now Majestic. So,
You go to all of those places to cut hair?
well, only if they're there at that time.
Sure.
I have to help them to the kitchen sink. Some I have to get in the shower. I have to.
You get in the shower with them?
I don't get in the shower. I help them get in the shower to help them with their hair. Now, if they get physically so much disabled, like one lady, she's 101, almost 101. She doesn't stand up anymore.
Okay.
So when I go to her now, I have to cut her hair, which is very difficult because I have to cut while she's in a wheelchair that has a wheelchair with a head up to here.
Oh,
High head rest.
Yep.
So
how do you cut her hair then?
I'm on my hands and knees. A lot of times I'm on my hands and knees anymore. And I work around the chair, and it's very hard to do that. It's very hard to make a nice haircut.
That's incredible. So I'm curious, what do people say when you offer this?
Oh, they just say, really? You'll do that? And of course I will.
So I think about when I go to get my haircut, I always walk out feeling like taller and prettier and more confident. And I'm curious if you see that change in people.
Oh, yeah. You mean the ones that are in the care facility?
Yeah. Like after you do their hair, do you see a change in them?
Yes. I mean, but they're kind of changing while you're doing their hair because you can tell that they're uplifted and hair.
Can you describe that change?
Well, because when I think of one lady, they'll be coming in, I go to Manor 4 to do her hair. So she's not an assistant. She's still independent. When I go in there to cut her hair, she'll immediately just, oh, you don't know how much I appreciate this. You just don't know how much I appreciate this, Jackie. You coming over. And then I'll work with her and get her hair done. And then I always try to get her situated back in her chair before I leave. And I always say, now, I know you like chocolate and I know you love pistachio nuts. and there's a few other little snackies that she likes. So I say, can I go to the refrigerator and get you some snacks before I leave? Oh, she says, that'd be so wonderful. That because she doesn't get around the best.
Yeah.
So then I get her little plate and I take it and so during the whole process of when I've arrived to when I've left, I can see the change. So I think that I get as much enjoyment as the person sitting in my chair as I sometimes do going into their home. And I can't hardly wait to get back Tuesday because I have each person's going to come in. I have a detachment to them in some way or another.
Yeah.
And one lady, they'll be coming in. She's been with me for all these years and she's 90 some now and she's failing. She's in a care facility, but her niece, she's never had children. Her niece sees to it. She wants to keep her life as much normal as she can. So she doesn't want me to come there. She wants to come to here.
Yep.
And bring her into the salon. So she'll come and it'll take a long time and I'll be sad because I'll see her deterioration.
Yeah.
The conversations aren't as in depth. When she was 90 some, she was walking across the Mackinac Bridge.
Excuse me?
Yeah, when she was 90 some.
That's intense.
That's very intense. Her niece and her, yeah, they took her because that was very important to her.
Wow.
I mean, the stories that I hear are just, and so now to watch her to this stage in her late 90s is hard.
Do you cut people's hair after they've passed too?
Oh, yeah. And it is always wonderful to me because it's my last time with that person. I just love that moment when I can go in there and I've known them. I know exactly how they want everything. And I cut and quietly talk to them and just say, you know, thank you for everything that you've been a part of my life and all that. So it's always been real rewarding.
God, that's beautiful, Jackie.
Well, it's,
What a gift.
but there is, if I have 1 minute,
Yeah, you have.
I want to tell you a story.
Please do.
And one lady, they'll be coming in. She's the one I get the nuts and, you know, chocolate for. She was a professor of French and German, and she wore her hair up. She would come in and get her hair cut, and I started doing it, and I thought it looked terrible, just absolutely terrible. So then it looked terrible. And so I asked her one time, I said, I am so curious. What is it that I didn't tell her it looked bad. I said, I'm just so curious. How do you take care of your hair? You know, when you shampoo it, do you blow it dry? Do you air dry it or what? Oh, no. I don't do anything. And I said, well, you mean that you just shampoo it and then you do not do anything to it, just air dry? Oh, no, I don't even shampoo my hair. I said, you don't wash your hair from one haircut to the next, which is 6 weeks. That is correct. She says, I could never learn how to wash my hair and I don't want to learn. I said, well, I'd be more than happy. And this is back when I'm young. And I said, I would be more than happy to come to your home and show you and stuff. Now, she's brilliant. She is a brilliant human being.
Yeah.
But common sense, not. And so she has never learned to wash her hair.
Wow.
So now, fast forward, she's 96 years old or 98, and she now has a lady that helps her shower. So we're trying to coordinate it. And when I go cut her hair now, I don't have to have it over the kitchen sink. I can do it after she's at her shower. So 5 times ago, I said, you should feel wonderful today. You should sleep terrific tonight. You have had a shower and a haircut today. Oh, she says, oh, I just won't be relaxed until after you're done. And I said, really? She said, oh, yeah. And so I started talking to her, and she has a phobia about her hair and body being wet. So all those things make up my job.
I don't think that makes up your job. I think that's what you do in addition to your job.
Right.
Yeah.
I would agree. when some of my clients will say to me, like one just recently had major foot surgery, and I try to, if anybody's ever having surgery or having anything done, make a mental note and I start praying for them. And then I text them the morning of. They don't, of course, know I'm texting them because they're probably out. But when they come to, and then I keep up with them for several days. And then, like the lady who had her foot done, I went to her house and I took some things from the bakery down here at the farmer's market. And, they just went on and on, her family. And see, I don't see anything.
What do you mean they went on and on?
Oh, about how special, and you just don't understand what your friendship. I have a hard time grasping that. I feel like that's what all humans do. And so I don't see it as it being outside of the box. I feel like, well, why wouldn't people do this? Especially when you've been with me for all these years. And her husband brought her in this last time because she can't drive yet. And she was just, telling Bob, oh, Jackie, this, that, and no, that. And I'm like,
no, wait. What did she say? What is the this, that, and all of that? What is that?
Oh, just said Bob, Bob, if you come across a friend like Jackie is to me, after all these years of cutting my hair, she doesn't just take interest in me. She takes interest in our whole family. She, and Bob, sitting there and he had to be there for 2.5 hours. And I wrote her a note afterwards. I said, well, probably Bob's glad he never has to sit around in a beauty salon for 2.5 hours. But I don't understand why people think that's such a big to do, because it's what people do. If you care about people, you extend your arm out and you take care of those people and you pray for them. I pray for people. And, yeah. So anyways, it just sometimes feels, that's what feels very uncomfortable for me, is when people want to say, oh, you go this extra mile. I don't feel like I go the extra mile.
So I appreciate that you're saying you don't feel like you go the extra mile, but I do feel like if it were the reverse, if someone were coming to your house, giving you nuts, giving you chocolate, going to the farmer's market, bringing you bread,
I would think they had done a lot. But that's what people do. They'll do little things like that for me that just blow me away. Like a gentleman just gave me a box of cookies that his wife had made that I'll be having out today. And now to me, I can't even begin to tell him and his wife how much I appreciate, because she has probably about 6, 7 kind of cookies in there. I don't like to bake. So to me, that is huge.
Yeah.
To have stood in the kitchen, made all those cookies.
I'm struck by the fact that when we find what's easy to get, like what we're good at, it's easy to give that. But when we receive it from other people, when it's easy for them, it feels different, right?
Yes, very much so.
But it seems like you found what it is that's easy for you to give. That's what I'm trying to say. And that is your time. That is your thoughts, your prayers. That is calling people, texting people, bringing them treats, and just generally being with them.
And now you have bread.
Well, yes, it's supposed to be toast. But I don't have toast. So this toast's for you.
Okay, now what am I supposed to do? Say thank you? What am I supposed to do?
Just take a bite of it. Now it's time for your toast.
I would like to toast my friends and neighbors, Gail and Tom, who live right across the street from my family for many years now and who have always looked out for us. They've been here through thick and thin, shared in our joys and our sorrows in equal measure, and we just think the world of them. Everyone in our family just absolutely loves everyone in their family, and I can't imagine living across the street from anyone else. So thank you, Gail and Tom, for everything you do. This toast is for you.
Now it's your turn. Record your own toast for consideration in a future episode at ketoasts.com. Thanks for joining us. And if you haven't already, go toast up some bread. Every positive action is worth toasting. You good?
I got the banana. That's very good. That's very, very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry that I didn't toast it.
I
But that's the whole idea.
don't want it toasted.
Good.
I don't think I'd like it as well toasted, would I? I've never had banana
Well,
bread
here's the
toasted.
thing. So the whole idea of my podcast, the title of my podcast is going to be Kay Elizabeth Toasts, that I'm toasting to people.
No.
I love this
Ah.
place so much.
It's all gone. So by 11:30, I have to start my potatoes.
Look at how happy he is.
Well, yeah, he's got chocolate.